Hello, welcome to MLM today. I want to sincerely apologize for our inability to stream the business conference live as we promised. You see, that was because we did not even realize that we needed a 24 hours notification to YouTube prior to the event. And so this is because this was the first time that we were trying to stream live on this channel. So when we tried to stream during the conference, that was basically when the 24 hours window started counting, and there was nothing we could do about that. But hey, just like I promised you, I will be bringing every session, every content of that conference right here, starting from today. However, to fully understand these other sessions, I need you to fully watch this video, because every other content of that conference is hinged on this particular video today. So by the way, you know that the aim of the conference was to help people get out of the rat race, right, while also helping people who already got out to navigate towards their preferred higher level in life. And the tool that we wanted to use for this conference is basically the small and medium scale enterprise, which, as far as I'm concerned, they are actually the engines of growth in every society, right? This is because small and medium scale enterprises solve problems that no other firm is currently solving, or some of them basically solve existing problems in ways that no one else is solving them, and this helps them to generate revenues and create jobs and help to boost the economy. And the fun part is that pretty much anybody can get into a startup. But then, what really is a startup, you may ask? It is basically taking an idea and turning it into a product or service that solves specific needs in the society. But there are important elements that make for the success or failure of any startup, and I want to talk to you about them. The first thing there is an idea. You see, there has to be an idea of what you want to do, why you want to do it, or how that idea solves a problem in the society. The second thing is the team. This is often referred to the manpower or the ability to implement or execute the idea in your mind. The next thing is the model, which is a system of methods of carrying out actions in order to successfully implement the idea in your mind. Of course, we have funding, which refers to the resources that are required to implement the model. And we have timing, which refers to when the idea should be launched or implemented in the marketplace. Now, what if I ask you what the most important elements of success in startups are? What will be your answer? You see, personally, I used to think that it is ideas and funding, but hey, that is absolutely wrong. And it is this notion that actually keeps a lot of people stuck in the rat race, thinking that they don't have what it takes to launch out successfully. Now, I need you to stay tuned so that I can show you what the most important elements for success and failure in businesses in general, especially in startups. I want to show you what they really are. Now, let us begin with the study that Idea Lab, which is a multi-billion-dollar company that has over 150 startups that they founded. The study that they did showed a very important but interesting result, and that is what I want to show to you. On the chart, the study shows that the most important element for the success of a startup is shockingly timing. Can you imagine that? You see, this accounts for the reason that many startups, many businesses fail while others succeed. For instance, when you look at what Airbnb is currently doing now, we see that 4 other companies actually previously tried to do that, but they failed woefully. And this is not because the idea was not good enough. We both know that the idea was brilliant, it is still brilliant, and will still be a brilliant idea. But what's more interesting is that 3 out of these 4 companies that failed previously, they raised huge funding and launched out powerfully. But in spite of that, they still failed. You might begin to wonder what was the difference for Airbnb. You see, the case was different for Airbnb because of their timing, the time of their launch, which was in the midst of the economic meltdown of 2008, when most people were more interested in making more money as well as saving more money. So it was a perfect timing for them to hit the market, because at that time people were more eager to go out of their comfort zones by renting out their homes, as long as it brought a little additional income for them to cushion the effect of the meltdown. You see, at the same time also, people were eager to leave the comfort of hotels and stay in other people's homes, as long as it helps them save more money than they would have spent in the hotels. So this perfect timing was the major factor behind the meteoric success that Airbnb recorded. So with all that you do, I need you to get a good idea that solves the problem. But beyond that, I need you to find the perfect timing to hit the market. The thing is that if you have a good idea and launch at the right time, every other thing can be handled along the way. For instance, your team, your model, your ideas, they can be refined along the way. So that's why I advise you today to focus on getting the right timing. Now, the second most important thing that determines the success or failure of a startup or of any business is actually the team, or the implementation, or the execution. You see, a lot of time, brilliant ideas never make it to the marketplace, right? And most of the time, this is because of lack of execution or poor execution strategies. Can you imagine that Airbnb did not execute their plans at all? No matter the potential that we see today, that business idea, that business model had, it would have been a mere dream. Of course, we know that dreams and visions are not the same thing, in the sense that dreams are mere wishes, while visions are basically dreams with timelines and time boundaries for each stage of action. So it is time for you to start developing a formidable strategy, a strategic action plan for that idea that is in your mind, because that is a very crucial part of the success or the failure. Now, the third most important element of success in business is actually the idea itself. Of course, a perfect timing for the execution of an idea that solves no problem, we all know that it will lead nowhere, right? So I need you to remember, when we started earlier, we emphasized that money flows in the direction of solution, and the same way success flows in the direction of solution. So you need to ask yourself this question. So what problem does the idea have in mind solve in the marketplace? Ask yourself, why would anyone pay for this idea? Can the idea be better refined for more efficiency and for more effectiveness? Right? This ranked third in the determination of the success and failure of that business in your mind. Now, the rest of the items, which are the business model, came forth in the study, while funding, shockingly, amazingly, actually ranked the least. Now, these are important, actually. Nobody's saying that the model or funding, they are not important. They are important, but they are not the most important thing to focus on when trying to set up a business. Now, is there any reason for you to not get up and start working on that divine idea that you have in your mind? I mean, it's been on your mind. We both know that, right? Is there any reason why you shouldn't get up today and start, knowing fully well that funding is actually not the most important thing? And I hope you understand that a lot of destinies are tied to that idea of yours, both in terms of solution to their needs, as well as providing jobs and wealth creation for the nation. If you understand this, you need to get up today. And I will bring your attention to a quote or to a concept by Dr. Miles Monroe, where he said that the richest places on earth, they are not the oil fields of the Middle East or of Nigeria. No, it's also not the gold mines of North America. Neither is it the diamond mines in South Africa. Rather, it is the graveyard. Do you know why? Because the graveyard is a place where you have many brilliant songs that were never produced. You have best-selling books that were never written. You have inventions that never came to reality. You have companies that were never even birthed. You see, the thing is that each passing day, each day that passes by, you and I, we inch closer to our graves. That is not to threaten you, because it's actually not a bad thing, as long as we commit to not adding to the riches that are already buried in graveyards. So today I need you to commit to going to your grave empty at your old age, of course, right? But you see that it begins now. And that's why I want you and I to get cranking. Let's just get up and start taking action in the direction of what's been bubbling in your mind. You see, the next content that will come up here will show you how to develop this idea, to show you how to brand and market it, as well as how to manage your financial needs. And that's why I need you to stay tuned by subscribing and turning on your notification. And I will see you in the next video. Take care and bye.
Money, leadership, and men.